Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday, where every Monday I post a new video. In today's video I am going to be making bunny feet, and I am going to be adding these feet to my gnome. I'm not going to be making the gnome because I've already have several videos up on me making the gnome, but what I'm going to do is turn one of the gnomes that I've already made into a bunny. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need wooden beads. You're going to need baby shower shoes, any color that you like. You're going to need pipe cleaners for the whiskers. I'm going to be using this bedding. I'm not sure where you can buy this. I had like 2 yards of this given to me. So this is what I'm going to be using for his little feet. And you're going to be needing pink felt for the inside of the ear. You're going to be needing tape, hot glue gun, and hot glue. So I'm going to go ahead now and turn my camera down so we can just get into the video. So first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to move all this out the way, is we're going to take our little beads or buttons or whatever you want to call them, and we're just going to go ahead and glue these onto the little shoe. Now I'm going to put one in the middle. So this is what it looks like, but I can see that I have them a little close together. So I'm just going to space them out a bit. So what I'm doing now, and it's the hot glue peels off really easy. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to redo that. So what I'm going to do, I got my first one glued on in the middle, and now I'm just going to go ahead and place one here, just giving it a little bit of a gap so I have room to stick my bedding in for the fur. So here's that. So this is what we should have so far. I'm going to let that dry for a bit and we'll come back. So now that we have those glued in place, we're going to take a strip of our bedding and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to glue this all the way around. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and actually before we do that, before I missed a step. So before we glue the bedding on, we're going to take our tape and we're just going to go ahead and cover this. This is just going to help hold them in place. So now I'm just going to rip this a bit, and I'm just going to go in between here like this, and just going to tape that under, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to go right here and we're just going to tape this under, and now I'm going to flip that over and we're just going to do the same thing to the back. I'm just going to go ahead, put this right on top just like this, and we're just going to tape this on. And this is what you should have. This is what it should be looking like. I'll try to get a little bit closer. So now we're going to take the bedding and we're just going to put this on top, and you want to grab a popsicle stick or the back of the scissors to help get them in the grooves. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and place this to see how I want it. So this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue right down in the middle, right here. We're going to take our bedding, and I'm just going to put some hot glue right here. We're going to go ahead, pull this up, making sure that it's even, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and take our hands, and you're just going to push here. And now I'm going to use my scissors or the back of a popsicle stick or a craft stick. And this is what it looks like. So now we're going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue just around the entire shoe, and then we're just going to go ahead and glue this around like this. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to go ahead, going to put some hot glue right here, and we're going all the way around the shoe. So we're just going to pull, hold down and pull. So this is what we have so far. Just like this. That's what it looks like on the inside. So now that we have it glued all the way around, this is what it looks like. Now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take some hot glue. You're going to put a little bit right down the center. I'm going to add just a tad more glue. So I'm just going to put some hot glue right down in here. We're just going to go ahead and push this in and fold it over. Just like that. Basically what we're doing is we're just wrapping this like you would if you was using felt. Same thing. So just going to wrap this here and hold it a bit. Let that dry. And this is what we're going to end up with. There's his little bunny slipper or his foot. I'm going to add a little more hot glue right here. And I'm just going to tuck this. Now you don't want to put anything in the middle. We're going to leave that open because that's where your gnome foot is going to go in. If you decide to make a gnome one. That's what I'm going to be doing. But I won't be making the gnome on video because I already have a video up on how I make my gnomes, and this one is not going to be any different. So now that we have our bunny slipper or bunny foot ready to go, we're going to set that to the side. And what you're going to do next is you're going to need a pipe cleaner also. If you want to make the ears move, then you need a pipe cleaner. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bedding that we have here, and you're just going to cut out a triangle shape. So you're going to take your bedding and you're just going to cut out a little triangle shape, which is going to look like this. And you're going to do the same thing with your pink felt. You're going to cut off a little piece for his ear. And I'm just going to go ahead, take my pipe cleaner, and we're just going to fold our pipe cleaner a bit, just like this. I'm just going to cut a bit cut it down a bit. And we're just going to stick that right there. So I'm going to grab some hot glue. We're going to go around. I'm going to stick that right down on top, just like this. And then we're going to take our other ear and you're going to put some hot glue on it. And we're just going to put this right on top, just like that. And we're just going to go ahead and push everything together. Then you're going to take your pink ear, and I have one here, and we're just going to go ahead and put some hot glue right down on top of that pink felt, and then you're just going to stick it right down in the middle of that ear. So this is what it should look like. I try to change my lighting a bit. It's a little dark out, so this is what it's going to look like. And I have two. And we're going to set those to the side. And we already done both shoes. I'm just going to put a little more hot glue here because it doesn't seem to want to stick. And I'm just going to hold this a bit and let that dry. So I'm going to hold that here. So here's what we have. Our little bunny slippers. So we have two slippers. We have our two ears. And I'm just going to set that to the side. And then we have our pipe cleaners. And what I did was I took my scissors and I just cut off the little fuzzy pieces that stick off. I just cut that off, but I didn't try to make it perfect. And now I'm just going to take this and we're just going to cut 6 of them. And I'm just using one as a reference. So we have 4, and I need to do 2 more. And these are going to be our bunny whiskers. And we're going to move those 2 out the way. So now we have 6. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to set this to the side. And here is the gnome that I am going to be turning into an Easter bunny. Like I mentioned before, I've already done a video on my gnomes. So basically what I'm doing now with this one is I am just basically making him a bunny. So the first thing I'm going to do is add his shoes or his slippers or his feet or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just putting a good amount of hot glue down off in the shoe. And what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and stick that on just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the other one. Grab a new glue stick. Going to go ahead, put some hot glue down off in here. And we're going to use a good amount. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this right on. It's going to be a little tight, so you just got to play around with it. Get it in there. Same thing with this one. So that's what we have so far. This is what it's looking like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take his ears, and I'm just going to turn this way so I can see. And I'm just going to bend it. And when I said you can put a pipe cleaner in because you can adjust the ears any way you want them to be. So I'm thinking I'm going to do one down. We're going to do this one like this. And I'm just going to stick this right here. So it's going to go just like this. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right down on here. And I'm just going to hold him this way so I can see what I'm doing. That's what we have so far. And now I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to turn him around so I can see. Just like that. And now I'm going to go ahead and take some of that bedding that I mentioned. I have a strip here. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put it up a bit around the pants leg. So I'm going to cut off another strip. And I'm just going to cut some more off, just a bit. And this is what I want to cover right here. So I'm going to put some hot glue right down on here. Just going to go ahead. Put a little bit of hot glue here. And I am just going to go all the way around the shoe. Once again, same thing. Put some hot glue here. Gonna grab our, and we're just gonna wrap this around. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue here. Gonna go ahead and wrap this around just like that. So this is what we have. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my carrot that I made in a video where I made a clothespin carrot and a clothespin bunny rabbit. And I'm just going to place this in his hand so he can be holding it. So I need to turn it so I can see how I want him to hold this. So I'm going to put some hot glue right on the back. I'm going to go ahead and stick this right here, just like this. I'm going to bend his arm in a bit. And I'm going to put some hot glue right here. And then we're just going to stick that right down on the carrot. And I'm just going to hold this here and allow it to dry a bit. And we are done. And this is what we have. There is his little feet and his little ears. And now let's go ahead and give him a tail. So I got a styrofoam ball here. And I'm just going to go ahead and push this in a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and cut some bedding. And I'm going to go ahead, put some hot glue right on top of this little styrofoam ball. And you don't have to give him a tail. It's optional if you don't want to. And now I'm just going to hold this here and make sure that it's that it goes all the way around. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some more hot glue. I'm going to hold this here and let everything dry. Now we're just going to go ahead and cut off any extra that you have. We can't have our bunny rabbit without a tail. Just going to take a little more off. And this is what we got. Now we're going to bring our little gnome back, and I'm just going to put some hot glue right down on top. Just like that. And we're just going to go ahead and take this, and we're just going to stick this right on the back. And we are done. Here it is. Now, once again, this video wasn't on making the gnome. It was mostly just focusing on his feet and his ears and his tail. But yeah, like I said, I have several gnome videos up, and I made this little guy the very same way that I make all of my gnomes. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera back up so y'all can see me. And yeah, so there we go. So yeah, that is it for this video. Here's our little guy. Here's our little guy right here. I don't know what just happened with my camera, but yeah. Here he is. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to be part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. That really means a lot. And I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.